Hello and welcome to NDTV 24/7. I'm Rohit Wellington. Let's begin with our top story. With his Jat ally by his side, Akhilesh Yadav launched an all-out attack against the BJP in Uttar Pradesh's Muzaffarnagar shortly after alleging that the ruling party delayed his arrival from Delhi by halting his chopper. Mr. Yadav denied the buzz about a post-poll alliance between the BJP and RLD's Jayant Chaudhary, saying, "Who is accepting their invitation?" Yogi Adityanath, meanwhile, took a dig at rival Akhilesh Yadav, calling the Samajwadi Party worshippers of Jinnah. Sukirti Dwivedi with the top story.
Akhilesh Yadav claimed he was not allowed to take off from Delhi for Muzaffarnagar, a major election battleground, blaming the BJP-led government. After a delay, he turned up, landing punches to the Yogi government with his RLD ally Jayant Chaudhary by his side. Akhilesh Yadav dismissed the BJP's poll issue of the exodus of Hindus from Kairana, as well as the BJP's post-poll alliance offer to Jayant Chaudhary.
इस बार भारतीय जनता पार्टी का राजनीतिक पलायन होगा। अरे उनका न्योता कौन स्वीकार कर रहा है? हालात कैसे उनके, सोचो, न्योता देना पड़ रहा है।
The Chief Minister was nearby in Uttar Pradesh campaigning door-to-door. After over a year of successful farmer protests in western UP, which led to the Prime Minister withdrawing controversial farm reform laws, the BJP is now trying to placate several sections. 5 years ago, it swept the region, winning 3 of every 4 seats in the aftermath of the communal riots of Muzaffarnagar. The Chief Minister tweeted how other parties are supporters of Jinnah in Pakistan, while the BJP supports Maa Bharti.
पश्चिमी उत्तर प्रदेश में हम 2017 के पहले आते थे, कमोवेश हर परिवार से एक शिकायत आती थी कि हम अपनी बेटियों को स्कूल नहीं भेज पा रहे हैं। स्कूल में जाने से बेटियां डरती थी क्योंकि सुरक्षा की पुख्ता व्यवस्था नहीं थी। किराना में पलायन हो जाता है, मुजफ्फरनगर में भयंकर दंगा हो जाता है।
उनकी बात सुन के मुझे तो हंसी आती है। These are not real issues. स्ट्रैटेजी क्लियर है, उनका ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है और वो चाह रहे हैं पैसा फेंको और ध्रुवीकरण पैदा करो, औरंगजेब को गाली दो, जिन्ना के खिलाफ चुनाव लड़ो। क्लियर है, और क्या है इनके पास। लेकिन मुकाबला हर गली हर घर में हो रहा है, हर घर तक दस्तक दे रहे हैं और अपनी बात कह रहे हैं।
The farmers' movement has given a new lease of life to the Rashtriya Lokdal or the RLD in its political home turf of western UP. The SP-RLD alliance is seen as a big threat to the BJP. The SP-RLD alliance is hoping, in fact, that the Jat-Muslim combination will find consolidation on the ground in the backdrop of the farmer protests.
The BJP is leaving no stone unturned in its fight for western UP seats, and that is why its top leaders have hit the ground running. Tomorrow in Muzaffarnagar, Amit Shah will carry out his door-to-door campaign. In Muzaffarnagar with camera person Manoj Thakur, this is Sukirti Dwivedi for NDTV.
And after their press conference in Muzaffarnagar, Jayant Chaudhary and Akhilesh Yadav travelled together to another western UP town, Meerut. NDTV's Ravish Ranjan Shukla caught up with them on the way.
मुजफ्फरनगर से आज आरएलडी और सपा दोनों ही अपने चुनावी प्रचार की शुरुआत कर रहे हैं। आप देख सकते हैं जयंत चौधरी जी भी हैं, आरएलडी सुप्रीमो, और समाजवादी पार्टी सुप्रीमो अखिलेश यादव जी हैं। अखिलेश जी से पहले सवाल पूछते हैं। अखिलेश जी, हम लोग ग्राउंड पर गए, लोगों के अंदर एक इस बात को लेकर बहुत ज्यादा सवाल है कि कानून व्यवस्था के मुद्दे पर आपकी पिछली सरकार पर तमाम सारे लोग सवाल पूछ रहे हैं कि कानून व्यवस्था का क्या ब्लूप्रिंट है आपके पास में अच्छा करने के लिए।
देखिए, ये सही बात है कि कई बार सरकार और जो सरकार के लोग सवाल उठाते हैं वो बात तो जा चुकी है, लेकिन आज जो परिस्थितियां हैं, क्या कभी किसी ने सुना होगा कि जीप से किसानों को कुचल दिया जाएगा? जो पुरानी व्यवस्था थी उसको तो जनता ने नकार दिया। आज जब हम और जैन जी आ रहे हैं, भरोसा दिला सकते हैं कि कानून व्यवस्था को लेकर के और कानून का कोई उल्लंघन करेगा उस पर कड़ी से कड़ी कार्रवाई होगी।
अखिलेश जी से बस अंतिम सवाल है, आरएलडी और सपा के गठबंधन पर तमाम सारे सवाल उठ रहे हैं। बीजेपी ने जैन जी के लिए दरवाजे खुले रखे हैं। मैं तो यही हूँ। नहीं, लेकिन लोग शक कर रहे हैं कि शायद हो सकता है कि ये बाद में गठबंधन चुनाव के बाद में
इस बार किसानों ने दरवाजे बंद कर दिए भारतीय जनता पार्टी के। और यहाँ का किसान अपने मान सम्मान का चुनाव समझ रहा है। यहाँ का किसान और आरएलडी और समाजवादी पार्टी के साथ गठबंधन आने के बाद ये चॉइस चरण सिंह की विरासत का चुनाव भी है।
Now, visuals from Uttar Pradesh's Prayagraj on Tuesday shocked the nation. The local police, cracking down on a protest over a railway board exam, barged into hostels, breaking open doors and assaulting, abusing students. Alok Pandey and Rajesh Gupta revisited the area to find the worried students, mostly from poor and rural background, who spent years in small rooms preparing for government entrance exams. They told us that the struggle is not just about an exam or two, but over institutional delays.
4 days after shocking visuals of a brutal police crackdown on students in UP's Prayagraj who were protesting about a railway exam, the Railways has organized this camp at Prayagraj and other locations where they are seeking feedback of the now suspended exam. Now, walk-ins are not too much. They had also invited students to come in here. But a lot of people are submitting their grievances through Google Forms or through the internet. In fact, we are told that in the first 2 or 3 hours of this camp being organized, about 1,000 people, 1,000 students have already registered their grievances, and the Railways expects that this number will only grow in the next some time. But it's not just railway jobs. Shiv Bahadur Saroj is from a poor farmer's family who pay about 6,000 a month for his coaching and lodging. The aim, a government teacher's job. The 26-year-old has lived in this crammed room for about 9 years, completing his BA and B.Ed and now classes for a Sarkari Naukri, which is proving more and more elusive over the years. A UP government exam supposed to recruit teachers, first scheduled for late 2021, was cancelled over a paper leak.
हाँ, इसके पहले सर टेट भी होना था, जो टेट 28 नवंबर को हुआ था। सर ऐसा लगा कि चलो टेट अगर 28 नवंबर को हो जा रहा है तो चुनाव से पहले कम से कम हम लोग को सुपर टेट में बैठने का मौका मिल जाएगा। अगर आप सुपर टेट क्रॉस कर गए तो आप एक टीचर बन गए। आप पेपर होना था सर, पेपर मतलब हम लोग जैसे इंटर ही किए, जैसे कि अब 15 मिनट या 20 मिनट पहले भी हम लोग को अनाउंस हो गया, नहीं आपको पेपर कैंसिल हो गया, लीक की वजह से कैंसिल हो गया।
26-year-old Raja Arya, the son of farmers from Varanasi, has been in Prayagraj for 6 years. He took the recent railway exam, but its collapse has led to more worries.
सबसे बड़ी समस्या लेट तो होता ही है और उसके बाद जो वैकेंसी फंसा देते हैं। अभी देख तो उसमें तो जैसे इलेक्शन होता है तो फॉर्म निकल जाते हैं, फॉर्म फिल हो जाते हैं, फिर लोगों को लगता है जल्दी जल्दी काम हो जाएगा, लेकिन अब देखिए अब क्या हो रहा है, सबके सामने पड़ा है।
A few meters away, Imran sir, whose coaching center for exams for police, banks and railway recruitment is among Prayagraj's most well-known, says the big issue is inordinate delays in the recruitment process.
अगर जैसे हमने 40,000 सिपाही की वैकेंसी निकाली, 40 लाख लड़का डालेगा, 40 लाख लड़का डालेगा मतलब कि 40 लाख से 100 से गुणा कर देंगे तो एक बड़े पैमाने पैसा सरकारी राजस्व में जाकर भर्ती हो जाएगा, जमा हो जाएगा सर। उसके बाद हमने उसको विज्ञप्ति निकाल दी, विज्ञप्ति 2017 से आते आते सर 2021 हो जाती, कोई एक उसमें क्वेश्चन गलत हो जाएगा या कुछ और चीजें गड़बड़ हो जाएंगी, फिर वो रद्द हो जाएगी या हाईकोर्ट चली जाएगी वैकेंसी। इस करते कराते 2 साल का पूरा मामला चला गया।
The issue of jobs in India's most populous state, or the lack of them, has resonated in the campaign for the crucial state election that is just days away. In the last 3 years, exams for 69,000 teacher posts in 2019 were given by 4 lakh applicants. That is almost 6 for each post. It took 3 years for the recruitment to be completed. Exams for 9,000 posts of police sub-inspectors in 2021 were given by 10 lakh applicants, over 100 applicants per post. Results are still awaited. An eligibility test for teachers this year, the TET, had 1 cancellation and a phenomenal 23 lakh applicants, which is the population of a small town. There is no word on posts yet. The government has recently advertised 8,085 Lekpal or accountant posts and 26,000 vacancies for police constables. But there is no forward movement on exams yet. The BJP's 27 election manifesto for UP promised 70 lakh new employment or self-employment opportunities. Now top BJP leaders including Chief Minister Adityanath are showcasing 4.5 lakh government jobs. Many BJP supporters have claimed on social media that data from the independent think tank CMIE shows Uttar Pradesh's unemployment rate is down from 17.5% in 2017 during Akhilesh Yadav's rule to 4.2% right now. But CMIE's data actually shows, while Uttar Pradesh's current unemployment rate is 4.9%, the rate between January to April 2017, just before the BJP came to power, was 3.8%. The unemployment rate among youth almost doubled from 7.9% between January to April 2017 to 13.34% between March to August 2021.
जो सरकार सत्ता में है उसके खिलाफ यदि कोई भी आवाज उठाता है तो वो सरकार और सरकार के आईटी सेल के लोग उस आंदोलन को बदनाम करने का काम करते हैं। जब नौजवान रोजगार की मांग करता है और रोजगार की मांग करते हुए सड़क पर उतर कर लोकतांत्रिक तरीके से अपनी बात रखता है तो उसको ये कहते हैं कि ये प्रोपेगेट तरीके से किया गया हुआ है।
आपकी सरकार ने 2017 के मैनिफेस्टो में, तब पार्टी थी बीजेपी, कहा था कि हम 70 लाख रोजगार या स्वरोजगार के अवसर देंगे। अभी 2 महीने पहले योगी जी ने कहा कि 4 या 5 लाख नौकरियां उन्होंने दी हैं। जो वादा आपने किया था, बड़ा वादा किया था, उस पर आप भी खरे नहीं उतर पाए।
नहीं, वादा जो किया था उस वादे पर निश्चित रूप से हम लोग खरे उतरे हैं। 5 लाख सरकारी नौकरियां मिली है और ये सब जानते हैं कि ईमानदारी के आधार पर, पारदर्शिता के आधार पर मिली है।
जैसे टीईटी का टेस्ट हो या कोई भी और परीक्षा हो, वही लीक, वही डिले, वही कोर्ट जो पहली सरकारों में होता है वही आपकी सरकार में हुआ।
पहली सरकारों में और इस सरकार में व्यापक और बुनियादी अंतर है। पहली सरकारों में लीक हो जाता था और जो अयोग्य लोग होते थे, जो भ्रष्टाचार के कारण नौकरी प्राप्त कर लेते थे, लेकिन इस सरकार में पकड़े जा रहे हैं।
In congested Prayagraj localities like this one, part of the city's coaching hub, students just have this to say to their netas: walk the talk, do not make promises that cannot be kept, and have a time-bound process for competitive exams. In Prayagraj with Nitin Gupta and camera person Rajesh Gupta, this is Alok Pandey, NDTV.
Right, shifting focus to Goa now. On the last day of nominations, last-minute drama as senior Congress statesman Pratap Singh Rane opted out of the race. The Congress had to nominate a candidate at the last minute, while the TMC also had to find someone for the Fatorda seat, where it had initially named former Chief Minister Luizino Faleiro as the candidate. Saurabh Gupta has this report.
Luizino Faleiro, the TMC's most high-profile acquisition in Goa. But today, the former Congress Chief Minister pulled out of the Goa race. Faleiro was never meant to contest. He had already been given a Rajya Sabha ticket by the TMC. But the TMC suddenly fielded him from Fatorda against regional player Vijay Sardesai. Many believe to punish Sardesai for not allying with the TMC. Faleiro was never meant to contest. But now, Faleiro has pulled out and says a young woman candidate will take on Sardesai.
I hereby announce my withdrawal as Goa TMC candidate from Fatorda and hand over the bait to a young lady, young professional, young advocate, and this is in line with the party's vision for women, vision for women empowerment, and party's decision to bring new faces is very important.
Faleiro tweeted a denial saying he's not leaving the TMC, but his pulling out of the race only strengthened the perception of the turmoil within the Goa TMC.
This has fallen flat, and finally he has lured his young relative as a sacrificial lamb. This entire episode has exposed the TMC. Agenda is to use Goa 2022 to posture itself for India 2024. This is not in the interest of Goa, not in the interest of Goans.
Meanwhile, the Congress too had a problem to deal with. After senior leader and former Chief Minister Pratap Singh Rane withdrew from his seat, citing health issues. The party hurriedly had to nominate Ranjit Rane, who joined the party in 2019. Pratap Singh Rane told NDTV it was not due to a family feud, even though his daughter-in-law is contesting on a BJP ticket. His son had earlier hinted that there may not be a father-daughter-in-law face-off.
Now that is an issue. I don't know how that is going to unfold, but I think that time only is a healer of different situations.
The Aam Aadmi Party's candidate for the top job, Amit Palekar, also filed his nomination this morning.
I will never let them down. Please trust me. Give me that opportunity to help you. Give me that opportunity to take you ahead along with me, and we will do it together.
The deadline for filing nominations in Goa is over and the focus now shifts entirely to the campaign. The BJP is banking on a division of opposition votes to stay in power in the coastal state. But the opposition parties have not ruled out the possibility of a post-poll alliance just in case the BJP falls short of a clear majority to keep the BJP out. With camera person Ashok Mahadik, Saurabh Gupta, NDTV.
Daily COVID infections in India dropped by 12% as the country reported 2.51 lakh new cases in a span of 24 hours. Deaths, 627 deaths reported, up 9.42%. Tests conducted were also up 8.2%. Vaccinations as of 7 p.m. on Friday, 52,84,328. Daily positivity rate is now 15.88%. Now, if you look at the 7-day moving average, the cases are dipping, yes, but there's a catch. Fewer tests are being done, as you can see in that graph on your screens. The government has said that there are early indications of a plateau in the number of cases, but rising deaths remains a concern, a worry. In such a scenario, full vaccination coverage becomes crucial. In Delhi, a number of steps have been taken to reach out to people who have still not taken their second jab. Meher Pandey reports on the last mile vaccination outreach.
War rooms like this have been set up in all districts of the national capital to reach out to those who have missed their second vaccine dose. With COVID deaths spiking, ensuring full vaccination coverage is crucial. As per latest government data, across the country, 6.5 crore people have still not taken the second dose.
वैक्सीन का सेकंड डोज लगवा लिया आपने? कब तक लगवाएंगे आप? अभी तक क्यों नहीं लगवाया था सर वैसे आपने?
The control room you just saw. So those 40 persons making calls to the overdue and due individuals, they feed the data to this IT cell.
The IT cell charts locations of those overdue for the second dose, and if enough people in the same area are due, then an outreach vaccine session is held there.
The Health Ministry yesterday said that 64% of deaths in Delhi were amongst people who were unvaccinated or had serious comorbidities, and that this was the pattern across the country. Vaccinating the last mile is the only way to now prevent deaths.
To do this, there's also a door-to-door campaign underway. Although Delhi has already vaccinated more than their estimated adult population with the first dose and has also achieved considerable second dose coverage, Asha workers in Old Delhi's Ajmeri gates say there are still some people left behind.
अब थोड़ा वैक्सीनेशन में हमारा काम थोड़ा इतना टफ हो गया है कि हमें घर घर जाके लोगों को दस्तक देनी पड़ती है। 50% से ज़्यादा हमने अपना एरिया कवर कर लिया। आपने लगवाई नहीं लगवाई? मेरे को तो छोड़ो। क्यों आपने क्यों नहीं लगवाई? नहीं नहीं। क्यों? अपने घर का एक हम ही मेंबर काम कुछ नहीं होता। कुछ नहीं। मैंने भी लगवाई है। मैंने भी 2 लगवाई है। बढ़िया वाली होगी ना जब लगवाओ। ये बढ़िया वाली है।
53-year-old Ajay Verma has been refusing the first dose for months because he is recovering from a dengue infection. But he also seemed suspicious of the vaccines.
अब जैसे मान लो वैक्सीन लेने के बावजूद मास्क भी लगाना जरूरी है, 2 गज की दूरी भी रखनी, तो फिर वैक्सीन क्या कर रही है? हमारे मुख्यमंत्री जी को हो गया।
इनकी कोई स्लिप मिली हो गया।
The last mile is the most challenging. Ground level workers are slowly chipping away at it. With Sushil Rathi, Meher Pandey for NDTV.
And that's a wrap on this bulletin from the entire team. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.